Jeffro from Two Hacks Garage. Well, nice, beautiful, sunny day. Got the Dragster out, been cleaning on it. You know what, guys? Last video, we started talking about safety. Well, safety is a must, especially in a front engine dragster like this. In the last video, we talked about the fire suppression system and why that's important to keep myself as the driver safe and also be able to get a fire out just in case there was something to happen. Speaking of drivers, how does a driver stay safe in one of these? Well, there's multiple things with that. One of them, like we talked about, was a fire suppression system. However, in this video, we're going to talk about a couple other things. We're going to talk about the parachute, we're going to talk about the harness, and we're also going to talk about what does a driver wear in this. I did take notes, probably going to be reading off the paper a little bit because I'm not an expert and I'm learning. However, there's a lot of good research materials out there to kind of get to know what you need to do for each class that you're running in. They're called SFI specs. They've been around since 1978. They're kind of leading industry piece on defining what the specifications are needed for equipment to be able to drag race in certain classes. I'll put a link in the description to the SFI website, but in this video, we're specifically going to be talking about how do I stay safe? What do I wear? What keeps me held in here, and how does it stop? Those products are from Simpson and also RaceQuip. I got them through Holly. It's a one-stop shop type place. And you know what, guys? It's all in here. Like you see this cool fancy Simpson helmet bag and this gear bag right here. It's a roller bag, which is kind of nice. These two here have all the equipment that I need to stay safe. And you know what, guys? I'm going to use my son as kind of a human mannequin. He's going to put it on and we're going to talk about it. But you know what we're going to do first? I'm going to show you the harness in this and I'm going to talk about the parachute. Safety first, always, when it comes to hopping into something like this. And you know what? Safety first comes to any time when you go to a drag strip. Because when you go to a drag strip, they're going to look through tech at what it takes in your class to be safe and if you meet those requirements. With that, guys, let's get checking all this stuff out. All right, guys, first order we're going to talk about is the actual parachute. So this parachute is from Simpson Race Products that I did get through Holly. I'm going to put, for everything we've shown here, I'm going to put the part numbers in the description and link them so you can go check them out. This is the Skyjacker. It's the 10-foot chute. They are handmade cross-form designs, and they're good up to 200 miles an hour. This car is capable of up to 200 miles an hour per the chassis certification. So basically what happens with this has got a nice huge spring in there in the parachute. There's a way to fold it, and you can look that up online, a lot of good tutorials, and it's packed into there. So if you see this nice cool Simpson stopping your ass since 1959, removed from flight, so what happens is you're going to take this off before you race. These giant safety pins here, that's just so you don't accidentally pull it. So how does that work? Well, if you take a look, it's got a cable, and that cable, it runs to right here. So when you go through the traps, you push that forward, it's going to release that parachute. And what's going to happen is that parachute right there is going to have a huge spring. It's going to pop it out. It's going to hit that Stroud safety net, and it's going to go back, and it's going to plume out safely and help stop you. This car is certified to 750s and a quarter mile. So something like this with the right engine, is going to need a parachute like this. It does have really good brakes and all that, but there's a lot of tracks out there, short shutdowns. If you make a good run, you know what? That's just added safety. It's actually required, and it's a quality product. It's handmade by Simpson, and you know what, guys? If you've ever seen one of these things go out, it's absolutely cool. So you're probably wondering, how does the driver stay seated in one of these things? Let's go check that out. All right, so here's the cockpit. That's where I sit. That's where my head's at. Obviously, my legs go over that. And there's the bat wing. So how does this driver stay in there? Well, it's a 5-point harness. It is also from Simpson products. In my opinion, Simpson makes some of the best products out there. And so when it was talking about safety, and especially something like this, I went ahead, pulled the trigger, and got their 5-point harness and their parachute. So this one here is a standard latch and link. It's a floor mount or bolt in. We actually bolted it in. And it's got the 3-inch mil-spec webbing, and it's made from drop forged steel on the buckles. So if you look here, you got your nice shoulder strap harnesses, and you know this one goes down in here, and this is all bolted in there into the chassis, and then you got your side harnesses right in there. Sorry for the bad videography, it's just a really tight spot. So basically these go through and they connect to the chassis. I'll show you that in a second. Same thing on the sides and also the middle. So if you come back here and you take a look, well, when we built this chassis, It's got welded-in tabs. It's all grade 8 hardware, and that goes through there, and it's protected in there. And same thing back here. This is the point that's going to go over the driver's shoulders right there. So that right there is how the driver is secured to this. You got to remember, this is all 4130 chromoly. That's the important part. That holds you in place, helps you keep rigid, all that fun jazz. So when this chute pops, you're held in place and you slow down. Or if something happens, you're securely fastened in there and everything's good to go. So yeah, that right there is the 5-point harness. You know what, guys? I think it's time we check out the actual safety equipment that I wear. All right, well, this is my son. He is almost 16 years old, and pretty soon he's probably going to be taller than me because I'm really not that tall. On camera, I'm 6'7". In real life, I'm 5'9". He's about the same size. Speaking of sizes, it does matter when you order these. So if you don't know what you need, get the old tape out, start measuring your waist, start measuring your arms and stuff like that. It really helps you to size it. Now, like I said, I do have notes because I'm not an expert, and I do want to get this somewhat right. So if you look here, what he is wearing right now, he's got boots on, he's got pants on, he's got a jacket on, and he's got gloves. These are very specific in rating for SFI to this dragster. So what you're going to need to do for the class that you're going to be racing in, either go to your IHRA or your NHRA rulebook, look it up, and it'll be very specific on what you need to pass tech to be safe in one of these vehicles. Speaking of safety, I did write some notes on here. So SFI, well, it's the SFI Foundation Incorporated. It's a nonprofit. Like I said, it's been around since 1978. It's an organization to issue standards for the quality of drag racing equipment. So when you go through there, there is different numbers and all that on here. I know with the jacket and the pants, it starts off at 3.2A. That is a suit spec. Some of the driver's accessories are rated at 3.3. When you start looking at this, because of this is a multi-layer suit, it is two-piece. It is made by RaceQuip. The boots are made by Simpson, along with the gloves made by Simpson. Neck restraint is Simpson, along with the Nomex mask. There is what's called a TPP. It's a thermal protection performance. So when you see like 3.2-15, that's the rating. So I know with this dragster, the minimum I had to have on the fire suit itself strictly said 3.2-15. So there's different ratings with it. The 15 means it's a burn rating of 30 seconds. And that's based upon a gasoline fire to protect against second-degree burns of 1,800 to 2,100 degrees on fire. Never want to be on fire, but just in case, this multi-layer suit here will help protect that. So let's talk about this suit a little bit. It is flexible. It's very comfortable. It's soft. Jeffrey, go ahead and lift up your arms. You can move pretty well. The neat part about this suit here, well, let's talk about that. Like I said, I made some really good notes, and actually I need to get my other set of notes. 1 second. All right, I'm back. I needed to be prepared. Like I said, I took notes, did my homework on this one. All right, so let's talk about this suit. The jacket, it's made by RaceQuip. It is a multi-layer suit. It's SFI 3.2A-15 rating, and it also has the tag affixed on this, which is also in the back. Now you got to remember, you do have to reinsert these, so that's always important of having that tag. It's got built-in SFI 3.3 arm restraints, which if you look here, this little hook here, there's an arm restraint in here that goes to the actual inside of your driver's harness. What that is you can use your steering wheel and all that, but your arms won't fly out just in the event something was to happen. It is a soft quilted Nomex construction with brass YKK zippers. For you guys who have been around a long time and you look at zippers on old school clothing and some newer stuff, it's always YKK if it's a quality product. So the pants, same thing, multi-layer, SFI 3.2-A rating, also with the tag affixed, soft quilted Nomex construction, also has those YKK brass zippers. It is a pretty nice setup. I've worn it. Yeah, it feels a little warm, but you know what? It's going to provide you the protection. So now what we're going to talk about, let's talk about, 3 pages of notes here, guys. What we're going to talk about is the gloves. Go ahead and lift that up there. So these gloves here are pretty thick. They are adjustable. They're made by Simpson. Like I said, I'm going to put a description to all these in here. The gloves itself are called Simpson Whole Shot 22s. It's unique 4-way stretch material, adjustable strap, and it's SFI-20 rating. So these are, rated up to like a 40-second burn rating. If you actually want to come up here, Jeffrey, real quick, and look in the camera real quick, and if you look at that, it's got the SFI tag on there, spec 3.3 20, so that means it's a driver's accessory and it's the dash 20 rating. It's very nice quality construction on these, and it's nice and flexible because when you're in your dragster and you got your hand on the bat wing, you want to be able to actually steer this comfortably, hit your switches, pull whatever you need to do, and not make it feel bulky. Pretty nice setup right there. So the next one is your balaclava. Okay, so this right here, it is a Nomex construction. Also, it's made by Simpson. It's also a 3.3 rating with that, and it tags it fixed. This is a little bit, goofy to put on, but I know it's not a hot day out, but you know what, Jeffrey? You got to go ahead and slip that on. So what's going to happen is this will all be tucked in with the driver, so it comes down to your neck, and that's going to help keep a fire protection around your neck and around your head and all that. The next part of that is, well, we have a Simpson neck harness. These are mandated in that class that you're running for the 750 ET in an open chassis car. It's padded. It's also the 3.3 rating, adjustable, and can be custom fit. And it does come with instructions for that. It's got the tag on the back, and it's got a Nomex fire sleeve. So the way this works, it's pretty simple. You go ahead and you put this thing on. Like I said, it is adjustable. And what's going to happen is this car is, there's no suspension, and it launches real hard, it brakes real hard, and if something's happened, you want to keep his head secure. So that's how that works. I'm going to lower this down a little bit. Now we're going to talk about helmet. This here is an important piece. Unlike myself, Jeffrey does have an operational brain cell or two upstairs, and he needs to make sure that's protected. Nobody wants to get hurt in any of this type of stuff. And to be honest with you guys, if you look, the Dragster does have padding, but that's also SFI approved padding, and it's mandated. But these cars operate at a very fast speed. They launch at a fast speed, and they do move around quite a bit. So this helmet here, well, this is actually a RaceQuip Pro 20 helmet, full face helmet. It's the SA 2020 rating, which is the newest rating. Need to go out there and check it out on that. A lot of classes now do mandate this rating, especially this one. It's fire retardant paint and interior lightweight composite shell. I've actually been using this, and I really do like it. So we're going to slip that on his head. And I'm going to have to adjust the neck part of this. But as you can see, that right there is what the fire suit system looks like. It might look a little bulky, but the construction of this is actually very comfortable. It's very flexible. You can see Jeffrey in there. Say hi to the camera, Jeffrey. So he's got the gloves, he's got the suit, he's got the pants, he's got the boot, he's got the Nomex mask. You know what? That is how a driver is kept safe. Like I said, I'm not an expert on this, but there is a lot of really cool resources online, and I will go ahead and I will put those in the description of this video. With that, I'm going to get Jeffrey taken out of this because he really doesn't look comfortable right now. Even though it is comfortable, it is a little bit warm, and I don't want him to roast. See you in a few minutes. All right, guys. I hope you learned something from that video. I know I didn't go in the hardcore specifics on the different ratings and all that. Just kind of touched on them for what, when you drive something like this, what to expect for what kind of safety equipment that's going to keep the driver safe. It's going to keep him attached to this and also slow him down. Like I said, a couple videos just on safety because safety's first. You kind of want to treat it as if your kid's in the car racing. How safe would you want that to be? And as you can see, he fits comfortably in there. The harnesses are nice and tight. The jacket, you know what? It's comfortable. The gloves are comfortable. See, he can grab the bat wing and hit the buttons. It's good to go. And actually, when we built this car, I did sit in there with the helmet on to make sure we had the room when we took into account of building that seat. But yes, guys, there's a whole lot of really good resources that I'm going to put in the description, along with the different products that I got from Holly that are RaceQuip and Simpson brand. But I'm going to put stuff in there for different rule books that you can go check out, the SFI Foundation that you can go check out, and all that type of fun jazz. But yeah, so this is the part 2 video on safety first. I really hope you enjoyed it. It's just not an engine and a chassis and a transmission. There's a lot that goes along with it, especially when it comes to certification and also the tech. But you know what, guys? Those are going to be some other videos. But for now, you know what? Jeffrey and I, we got to go eat some dinner. I got some videos to edit, and you know what? It's actually time to chill. With that, guys, hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.